Hey everybody, my name's Angie. I am behind Paint Zen. I'm the hand you see in all the videos. I wanted to talk to you today, at least at the beginning of this video. We are going to paint in a few minutes and do some fun things, even have a giveaway. But what I want to talk to you about first off is how art can be very therapeutic. It can help you in so many ways. And I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. I needed to hear it. So I know there's somebody else that needs to hear it. I have anxiety problems. I have panic attacks that come and go. I've had those since I was a teenager. And through art, I have been able to control them. I realize when they're coming, and I grab a piece of paper, a pen, a pencil, and I start creating art. And it shuts off that manic state in your brain. If you never had a panic attack, let me explain it like this. Say you're hiking in the woods and a bear comes after you. Okay? Well, imagine how you would feel. When somebody's having a panic attack, that's how they feel. That bear is coming after them and there is nothing they can do. They feel like they are about to die. And it's terrifying. But I grab a piece of paper, pen, paintbrush, whatever, and I start creating art. It shuts off that cognitive state and ignites the creative process in your brain, and it calms you down. So try it, give it a try. It works. If it's nothing but doodling, it helps. Also, I've been going through a grieving process from losing my child, my son. He was 21 years old and he passed away of cancer. It wasn't a sudden death. I can't imagine losing my child suddenly. It terrifies me. And my heart goes out to anybody that's happened to. We had months. I don't know what word to use for this, to prepare. If you can prepare for something like that, because you cannot. I don't care how many years or months you have. But we knew it was coming. And he passed away in hospice with me by his side and his wife and other family members. And it's the saddest thing I've ever been through. I may never recover from that. I had my girlfriend tell me the other day, you haven't been right since Cage passed away. And no, I haven't been. And I probably never will be. You cannot explain to somebody the feeling of losing a child. Okay? It can't be done in words. So art has helped me through that process. I'm still going through that process. That's something that may never be completed. And I'm sure there's other people out there having these same issues. So just know that art isn't just drawing and painting and having fun. Art can help you in so many ways. So many ways. It's unexplainable what art does to your brain. Now, also, I want to talk to you guys, any artists out there, and if you're watching my videos, obviously you're into art. So, about comparing ourselves to other people. I compared myself to everybody, Instagram, YouTube, and you know, what you see on camera is just a small portion of the creative process. A lot of people want to turn a camera on and their painting comes out a masterpiece, and that's all you're going to see. You're not going to see the thousands of mistakes that were made in the process. I don't want my channel to be that way. I want my channel to be a learning process. I want you to learn through your mistakes. It's the best way to progress in art. Make mistakes. I seen a creator yesterday, and I'm not going to name names. She's a wonderful artist. She has awesome talent. But every single video is wonderful. It's aesthetically pleasing. The paintings come out wonderful, like this every single time. But this video was a little different for her. And she wanted to do a raw, let's sit down and paint, we don't know what's going to happen concept. And I was excited for her until the video started. And I noticed she was very uncomfortable making mistakes in front of that camera. And I felt so bad for her. I really, really felt bad for her. Because I cannot imagine the stress she must be under to perform perfection every single time. I feel bad for her. I just want you guys to know that If it's beautiful to you, then it's beautiful. It's your art. You made it. So be proud of it. I have to learn these things myself. My son, every time I sit down to paint, my son says, when are you going to start selling your art? When are you going to start recording? One of my biggest fans. My girlfriend is always like, when I paint something, did you record it? Did you put that out there? That's great. And when are you going to do it? So having a cheering section also helps. I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. We're going to paint. We're going to paint now. I'm about to turn the camera around. We're going to do some textured backgrounds. Maybe. And I'm always looking for looking for ways to do things on the cheap. So what I have to give away is not a $100 paint set, but it is something that would help you guys with your color mixing. I'm going to explain it in a minute. So I'm going to put you on a pause, spin the camera around, and then we're going to create art. Thanks for clicking on this video. We are back, and I'm sorry about the glare on this plastic, but it's my overhead and there's not much I can do about it. So these are the two things that I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way that I want to give you guys. They're not professional paint, but they're a step above craft paint. Okay, they're great to practice color mixing with. This is what I used when I began. Shit, I still use them. I have a fistful of them over here that we're going to use today to do our backgrounds. So inside is titanium white, primary yellow, cad. I can't read with these glasses on. Hold on. Cad yellow, cad orange, cad red, primary magenta, violet, bright yellow, cad green, viridian, cyan, primary, and Mars black. That's all the colors that are in here. And like I said, they're a step above craft paint. I said this in my video yesterday. It's very difficult to practice color mixing with craft paint. You're not going to get the results you want. One, because they use more than one pigment to create the colors that are in these bottles. There's more than one pigment in here. And no matter how hard you try, your color mixing just isn't going to come out the way you want it to. These are one pigment paints. They're not professional grade. Hell, I don't even know if they're student grade. They're very cheap, but they're awesome. Like I said, for color mixing, they're one pigment paint. So when you mix, it will mix correctly. And I'm sure some of you know, some of you may not, the difference between cheapy paint, student grade, and professional is the pigment to binder ratio. So like in professional paint, there's more pigment than binder, and the cheaper you go, there's more binder than pigment. But they are great paints to start off with and do your practicing. Like I said, they're great for color mixing. And I have two of these, and I'd like to give them to somebody. So just let me know in the comments if you're interested. Just if you don't comment, I don't know. So just say something like paint or something in the comments, and we'll pick two people in a couple of days, and I'll ship these out to you guys. They're Essentials acrylic from local Walmart. I think they may be like 10 bucks a box. Not much at all. Now, Essentials does also have big tubes. I use these all the time. Big tubes. Titanium white. I have several of the empty containers around here, but yeah, they have big tubes. I have cad orange, blue, red, titanium white, all in big tubes. And you can get those for like $2.99 at Walmart. Okay, so let's start. This color swatch here was actually made from the Essential collection, so that's what they look like. Color mixing. There you go. That's what I'm going to give you guys. Alright, and you don't have to subscribe to win. I'm not going to make you subscribe to my channel to win anything. If you subscribe, it is greatly appreciated. I mean, that is the, okay, so let's start. I think we're going to start with some textured backgrounds, you guys. Hold on. And we're going to do this, don't want to do this on notebook yet. We're going to do this on our cheapy sketch pad. I don't know. Let's do it in the notebook. Let's do it in the notebook. That's fine. Can you guys see? I can't. Hold on. Got to make sure you guys can see everything. Okay. My cardboard palette. In my last video, I showed you how to do this. It's very simple. Okay. And my paint brushes I just grabbed a handful of them. Here we go. They're all under $15. I can guarantee that. This is a good little set I got off Amazon. It's by, let's see, Art Echo. They're great brushes. And I have a hair dryer over here. Color wheel. I brought out my Posca pens. I grabbed a few colored pencils, a Sharpie, because I don't know what we're going to do today. We're just going to play. The best thing to do when it comes to art is let your inner child out. I'm telling you guys, this is very difficult for me to do. Some people it comes a little more natural than others. But if you can unleash that 6-year-old that wasn't concerned with color theory and color mixing and composition rules, then art will be very enjoyable for you if you can find that child inside you. And he or she is there. They're there. You just got to find them. Dig deep. I have to dig really deep. All right. So let's just pick a page and let's start a textured background. Let's do, say we're going to do, say one day I may want to do a bouquet on this. So let's go with some greens. I'm going to squirt out cad green. Not much, just a little dab. Cad green and primary cyan right here. And I hope you guys can see this. I can't. I'm not paying attention to the thing. Let's put a little let's put a little cad yellow in it also. Okay. And some titanium white. And that's the 3 colors we're going to work off with for now. To do this texture background, I have paper towels. These, I'm going to show you how to use these in just a second. All right. Oh, I forgot my jar of water. Okay. Hold on. Put you in a quick pause. All right. I'm back. Had to grab that water. That's important. Let's start with a flat. This is my trusty, I can't read. I got paint on it yesterday. I think this is a 12. I'm not sure, but it's a big flat brush. All right. Now we're just going to get a shadow off of here. We're just going to start laying down. And the rule of thumb that I always go by when I'm working with acrylics is dark to light. Dark to light. Okay, and I got some water on that, so that dried pretty quick. Okay. Let's start with some cad green. A little blue in it. See. Wet it down a little bit. Get it darker. And we're just going to start putting down color. And I'm going to show you how to texture it up. And you want to texture it up while it's still wet. So this may be a little difficult to do on notebook. I may have to change what I'm using here, because it's going to dry pretty quick. And what we're going to do, after you get that down, throw some white in there, just so it stays moist for a minute. Take your paper towel, and while it's still wet, you want to start pulling up some of that paint you just put down. It's not going to work well on this notebook. Can you see that? I don't know. That's just our first layer, though. Let's keep going. Maybe the more layers we put, the better it'll be. Let's try it. Mix up some more. But like I said, the best way to do a texture background is you want to put down, and then you want to pull it back up in, you know, whatever areas you would like there to be some texture. Don't be scared. That's the main thing. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to get in there and take that paint back up that you just put down. It's fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to go layer by layer here. Now we're going to let this dry, and I may hit it with a blow dryer to speed things up. I'm hoping we can get this to work in a notebook. I've never done a texture background in the notebook. I just lay down color and keep going. So this is going to be new for both of us. Okay, I'm going to put you on a quick pause. All right, it's all dried. And let's go in with some yellow. Let's brighten this up a little bit. Yellow and white. I love how yellow and white look. Oh, I like how that looks. See? See? I'm just dry brushing. I didn't even wet my brush. I love how that looks. It gives it a lot of texture. Dry brushing is another great way to add texture to your painting without pulling up paint. You got to be careful when you do decide to pull the paint up that you lay down. You have to be careful because you don't want to put bald spots in your painting. You're just going for texture, so you have to be kind of careful with it. I like how that looked. Looks pretty good. Oh, let me check to see what it looks like to you guys. Yeah, okay. Let's put down some more white. And I have a dry brush here. I'm still just putting it where I think a little texture will look good. A little pop. And then when I want to paint one day, this background is ready to go. Put in a little dark spot. And let's put in some straight blue. I know people say, don't use paint straight out of the tube. Oh, I do it all the time. Especially for my backgrounds. I do like to mix my blacks and my browns. And it is what a lot of people would call muddy colors. But let me tell you, muddy colors look great in landscapes and florals. Okay, so don't be scared of your mud. I can tell you that. Alright, and there's one texture background. Ready when I'm ready to paint, I have it. And let me dry this really quick. Put you on the... Okay, and that's ready. But I do want to do the lifting process with you guys, so I am going to change what I'm... You cannot do lifting on notebook. We just learned that together, so remember that. Can't do lifting off the notebook, or I can't. There may be somebody out there that can figure it out, but I can't do it. So let me grab my watercolor book really quick for you guys, and we'll do a lifting process. Okay, watercolor book here, 140 pounds, 300 GSM. This is from Walmart. A lot of my products are from Walmart, so that's pretty much the only store we have here. Unless you want to order online, which I do that sometimes. But yes, this can be found at Walmart. It is watercolor paper. Let me slide my jar over. You can open it. And see, this is what my sketchbooks look like. I'm telling you, my sketchbooks are not full of masterpieces, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to pull all of them out one day and thumb through them for you so you can see. And I promise there are other people out there whose sketchbooks look the same. They pick and choose what they want you to see. That's what I did on some colors. Came out pretty good. Let's see. Okay. Practicing leaves. A sunflower painting I did. This is a painting I did if you go back, I have a video doing loose roses a couple videos back, and I told you guys about the heart-shaped leaf. Well, this is the heart-shaped leaf with the sunflowers. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay, that's the heart-shaped leaf with the sunflowers. If you guys are interested in me walking you through this painting, let me know. We'll do this. This is a textured background that I was doing. That's the one. Alright, here we go. Let's do some lifting. And I guess I'm going to stick with the same colors that we have out here. Make sure this is flat. Okay. Alright. So the way we're going to proceed with this, since this is paper made to hold water, is we're going to spray it. And then we're going to start laying down some color. And I'm going to go darker to lighter again, just like we did a while ago. Just like this. Cats want to get up on the table. As usual. Every time I turn the camera on, cats come out of nowhere. It's like they know. Mama's trying to do something. Let's go. Let's go show out. Alright, so lay this down. Take a paper towel or whatever you have, rags, paper towels, doesn't matter, and start lifting some of that paint. See that? And this is gonna help add to the texture. that texture background. Give your painting depth and personality. Okay, and we'll let that layer dry and we'll do another one. Don't go over the same spot too much when you're lifting, because then you're going to ruin your paper and it's just going to look a hot mess. Unless that's what you're going for. Hey, by all means, whatever you're going for, you do. Let me dry this really quick. My paper's starting to warp. As you can see, it is cheap watercolor paper, but after everything's said and done and I clamp it, it will lay back down. Alright, so the key to this texture, doing texture backgrounds, is in between each layer, you want it to be bone dry. That is the key to your success for this. You want it to dry. Okay, so now we're ready for the next layer. Let me spray my palette. Okay, we're ready for the next layer, and I'm gonna use a different brush. I love my round. I love this 16 round, and put soft marks, not harsh lines. So let me wet that. Dab the excess, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of light blue. That's pretty. Actually, I think I'm gonna put some yellow in that. Might turn into a little green color. There we go. That's pretty. And you lay it where you want it, of course. It's a little bit darker. I like the darker one better. I'll lay this down. And spray. If it starts drying, just spray. Give it a spritz. That way you can do your lifting. If it dries, it's not going to lift. It's going to be very hard to, you can't go back. Okay, and a little bit there. Grab your paper towel and begin lifting. See that? That's nice. It's coming out really nice. Okay, just dab and lift. And then we want to dry, because you want it completely dry between layers. Okay, I just seen something as I was drying. I want to bring you guys' attention. There's puddles. If you get puddles, and you can see them while you're drying, if you get puddles, see that puddle moving? You just take your paper towel, dab it, and continue drying. Unless you want the streaky look. Is that, now see, right there, that's going to be a problem later. Right there. That's okay. It's acrylic and you can paint over it. I'll pause you while I finish drying this. Alright, we got that layer dry. Now let's move on to the next one. And I'm going to do more yellow this time in here. We're going to brighten it up some. Just so you guys know, I am using what I'm giving away. That's the paint I'm using today. Same thing. Same exact thing. So, like I said, it's a pretty good, cheaper alternative for your practicing, especially with your color mixing, which is one thing that, you know, I'm not big on, and I'm just doing some yellow pops here and there, and it's drying pretty quick today, so make sure I spray it. I'm not big on all these rules they want to shove down your throat when it comes to art. Now, if you're doing realism, hyperrealism, that's different. You probably need to pay attention to the rules, but the rules just stifle my creativity. I don't like it. I don't like having to keep up with all these rules they want you to go by. So there's a few, I pick and choose what I want to do. And color mixing is one that I have paid attention to. Okay, color mixing is very handy. The colors do come out a little more aesthetically pleasing. Instead of straight out the tube, color mixing, yeah, it does come in handy. So if you want to practice anything, I would definitely practice color mixing. That's one that you need to stay on top of. Okay, we're going to spray this to make sure it is damp again, and we're going to lift. Ready? Lift, 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 lift. And this is all a texture background. The lifting process, anyway. is you're just going in and lifting where you want to see more depth, more texture in your art piece. Okay, and we're going to dry again. Another little tip while I was drying this, you guys, going in from behind your page or your canvas, whatever you're painting on, to dry it, going in from behind like this, just heating up the back, really helps with speeding up the drying process and making sure that your acrylic is completely dry. Going in from behind, it works. Okay, now I'm gonna lay this last layer on kind of thick because I want nice thick texture on this. I love how this has turned out. I want nice thick texture. Now the color I'm gonna do, I do believe, will be let's see, let's do a yellow ochre. Let's spread some of this out. We're going to try to put this on kind of thick and then lift it. Let's see how that turns out. Okay. This is another cheap alternative. That's pretty good. Dowler and Rowney, however you say it. It's pretty good. Alright. So I'm going to stick with this brush around. Makes for soft marks. Get the extra water off. I'm going to spray this. Once that paint is dry, you don't have to worry about it moving again. Especially, you know, with acrylic. Once it's there, it's there. Unless you're doing a lifting technique like we are. Alright. And we're going to start popping this in kind of thick. Kind of thick. Okay. Alright. Paper towel. Get a clean one. Use your paper towels. Let it dry for just a second. Not completely. You want it tacky. Tacky to the touch. And then start pulling up that paint. And I'm leaving paper towel behind. That's the bad thing about using paper towel. This could happen. So we're gonna switch. And I'm gonna use my towel instead. And I recommend you guys do the same. Look at the texture the towel leaves compared to the paper towel. Look at that. That is awesome. Way better than that paper towel. And you're just pulling up paint. Keep going. It's drying. See, that didn't do much. Let's see if I can reactivate it quickly. If you catch it in time, sometimes you can get it to come up again. I don't know, guys. It's drying so fast. There we go. Now it's lifting. So your spray bottle definitely comes in handy when you're trying to do something like this, especially with acrylic. Now I'm leaving string behind. Huh, my rag's falling apart. We'll just pick that out. There we go. Let's see. Here and there. Okay, let's try this one. See if we can get this one to lift. Yep. Give it a spritz and just lift. Gotta get that paper towel out of there. Or I may leave it in there for texture. Who knows? Alright. Okay, and I want to do one more layer because something just popped in my head. I have an idea. I want to do one more layer. And I want to do it. Let's try a different one. Violet's pretty. We'll go with violet. We'll try that one. Okay. And I'm not going to rinse my brush completely because I want the colors to mix. So I'm going to leave it dirty. We're going to go in. We have this blue showing. this bluish green in between. Not everywhere, just certain spots. Wherever you feel like laying it down where you think it'll look good. Okay. Alright. And give it a spritz because it's drying already. I can see it. Alright. Find a clean spot on my rag if there is one. And start lifting. Oh, you can see the violet lift beautifully. Way better. You can see the violet way better than you can the yellow ochre. See, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do when I turned that camera on today. I thought I would do backgrounds, but I wasn't sure what color, what kind. I had no clue what we were going to do. I like the spontaneity of it. I don't want to turn the camera on and have a script in front of me. I don't care for that. For me. Now, for other people, it seems to work out wonderfully, but I don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Let's put something on this so you can see it come together. Rinse my brush. And we may do, I don't know. Let's do a daisy. Let's just do a quick daisy. White. Get your white. Take your brush. Actually, there's a hair. I'll have to wait till it dries to get that out. Okay, actually, I want to dry this first. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Actually, I'm not crazy about how this yellow ochre turned out at all. I don't like it. Trying to put my book back right. But we're going to see if we can salvage something out of this. Okay, so I'm going to do a daisy. And you're going to put down and up. Down and up. And this is only the first layer. Down and up. Well, I say daisy. Well, it's going to be more like a black-eyed Susan, I guess. But in whatever color I want to do. So down and up in whatever color you want to do. And as you go around, make sure you're bringing the tip of the petals toward the middle. See how I brung them in? So that's where your center is going to be. We're going to make a big center there. Right in the middle. I'm going to put another one here. And another one here. I'm going to layer these petals. And the more petals we put on, we're going to put some color in them in just a second. Okay. Now let's work on our middle while that dries. And for the middle, I'm going to have to pop out. Let's see what do I have here. I'm going to start with cat orange. And I'm going to put some black in that. I know people say, don't use black, it ruins your art. Well, we're going to try it today, okay? We're going to see what we can make out of a cat orange and a dab of black. You don't need much. If you do decide to use black, you don't need much at all, okay? Doesn't take much. All right. I'm hoping you guys can still see this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take a little dab of orange because we're working for our middle here, and it's going to be up like a dome. So we're going to take a little bit of orange, just a dab of black. Doesn't take much to change it. Can you guys even see what I'm doing over here? Doesn't take much at all. And we have a muddy color, which is what we were going for. Okay. And we're going to start with our dome first. And this is just the first layer. We're going to stick in here. And I'm dabbing. I'm dabbing this in, okay? Using the tip of my brush to dab in like a dome type thing at the top. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Not much. Dab, 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 dab. A bit darker. Dab, 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 dab. And after this dab, we're going to let this dry. Oh, I'm going to tell you guys something. I love using acrylic like watercolor. I'm going to do a video on that one day. It is so much fun. using acrylic light watercolor. It's just super watery down acrylic. That's all. That's what it is. All right. Now let that sit and dry. Actually, I'm going to dry mine with a hair dryer. You can quickly dry yours or take the time to let it sit there and dry, however you want to do it. I'm also going to pull my clip out because my paper is buckling pretty good over here from the water. Hoping it's not affecting your view. Okay, it's dry. Now let's go in with our second layer of petals. And I think I'm going to put a hint of violet into my white. Not much for the second layer. Just a little bit. Just a little dab. Not much at all. Okay. And we're going to go in and we're going to put them in between these other ones. Okay. Not directly over top. In between. And make them a little bit shorter. Okay. Ready? Down. Drag up. Down. Drag up. Wherever you think you want to see a petal, you pop it in. But again, we'll try not to cover up the ones you just did. Not all of them anyway. Down, drag up. Down, drag up. I think I'm going to put one off to the side over here. A little shorter one over here. Just to tie in the flower with the lavender background. I'm going to just put that hint of lavender. I mean, not lavender. I keep saying lavender. Violet. Let's see. Let's put one right here, but off to the side. Okay. And I'm going to leave these two. I like how these two look. I'm going to leave those alone. And I'm going to put a little hint of one here. And a little tiny hint of... Okay. I'll let that dry. We're going to work toward our middle. Okay. Now, let's get our black. Now, we're going to go darker with this one. We're going to really make this center come alive. Black and cat orange. I'm adding black until I get where I want to be. Okay, we'll try that. Let's see how this goes. Dab, 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 dab. And dab, we're just dabbing. We're not, or I'm not coloring in a whole big blob right here. I want other colors to show through on this center. That's how we're going to do it. Because I think the next layer on the center, we're going to go in with just the cat orange and make a few dots. Okay. Now my brush, pull off the excess. Okay, let's see. I'm actually going to go in with it now. Just see how it looks. Just a few places, not a lot. Yeah, okay. Let me check. We're going to work on this background a little bit because I'm not through with this yellow ochre, you guys, at all. So we're going to lighten it. We're going to lighten it. Some titanium white. There's some white in here. Okay. Thin it out a little bit. And just pop it in some places. I just don't care for that thickness of that ochre, you guys. I don't like it. I can throw it off a little bit. Actually, I may put a little bit of lavender on my brush as I go. Oh yeah, I like how that looks. See how it has that softness? I do love that. Okay. Lighten it up a little bit. That is very pretty. Okay. And a little negative painting. We're going to round our petals. Some of them, maybe not all of them. Just to bring this together a little bit more. I'm trying to kill off some of this yellow ochre, you guys. I'm not thrilled with it. And this is an example of what I mean by making mistakes on camera. There are some people that would not be caught dead doing this on camera. Like, you got no way in hell. I don't care. I really don't. We're human. People make mistakes. Again, this is how we learn. So I really don't care. And if we can fix it, we'll fix it. Right. I want to cover up all the lavender because I like the lavender. Oh, I don't like that spot right there. I like how the lavender does look. Let me go around this center here with this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Just popping in this around the center. But if you look now, the yellow ochre did add to what I'm placing on here now. So it did give some depth and it did add some, you know, quality to it. It's not a total ruin. If there is even a total ruined piece of art. I mean, because you can always do something with it. Let's see. One around these petals to kill out that yellow, deep yellow ochre right there. Okay. Got on my petal a little bit, but that's all right. Okay. And we're going to pop some green in here in just a second. We're going to pop some green in. Or some greenish blue maybe. I don't know yet. We're going to see where we're heading when we get there. Okay. I really, really love this lavender and this light yellow and white together. I love how it looks. Okay. And the looseness of this brush, I love. Like I said, it gives you loose strokes. It's not all tight and stiff, harsh marks. Okay. All right. Now let's work on our flower a little bit more. I love how this is coming together, you guys. I think this is going to turn out good. All right. This was not planned. This is not what I plan on doing at all. I did not plan on doing an actual finished piece of art today. All right. We're going to go back to our black. And just, I'm mixing in the same spot that I had that cad yellow in. So it's not black, black. And I'm going to go in and kind of define the edge of the center a little bit around where we just painted. We're going to go over it with this black that we're making our center out of. And like I said, we want to define the center a little bit near the edge. Instead of it being a little, we don't want to lose. That looks good. Okay. Okay, we're going to wipe off and we're going to move back to our petals. All right, so let's get some white, titanium white. And, let's see. Let me get some more violet out. That one's contaminated. I don't want that getting in the white of the petals. Okay. That's a lot more than what I needed. All right. So just a little dab because we're just going to go a little bit darker than what we did with these. Okay. All right. So let's do another layer. And I'm going to start on the edge over here, right here, and make them shorter. Drag, pull. Drag, pull. Drag, pull. Now I'm just going into the middle of where I see a gap in my petals. I'm trying not to cover what I've already done. I want to go off to the side a little bit and see how this is still. That may just stay there. I don't know. Okay. Drag, pull. Drag, pull. I'm going to go a little bit darker for the side over here. And make it a little here. And we're just building. We're building our flower is what we're doing. Don't go over any petal too many times. If you think you made a mistake, leave it, let it dry, and then go over it. It's the best advice. Leave it, let it dry, and then over and over and over and over when it's still damp and wet, because it's just going to mess it up. I do want to get this spot right here, though. Okay. Getting a little bit darker. Putting a little bit more violet in. Not much. We are going a little darker. And I want to hit right here because I don't like the way this blue sticking out. So I kind of want to fix that. And I'm going to do white over that. Give it the layered look. I like it. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we'll let that dry. I love how the center's turning out. And we'll work on our background some more. Let's put some green in. Let's put some of this, let's wet that because it's dried out. Let me just get a good swirl going on that. And we are going to try to do that bluish grayed out disc that we started with. See if we can get back to that. I'm not sure that we can without squirting out more paint. That's too bright. Got to blue that down some more. I don't like that. Need that grayed down. I like muted colors. Very, very muted. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. All right, we're going to go in. Just pop it in certain places, wherever you think it needs to be. Then we're going to work on the stem. I have not forgotten about the stem, you guys. We're going to do one. And maybe a leaf or two. All right. Just bring what we laid down the first time back into focus. We threw this blue down. And let me spray it because I want to put down a little bit more. And this is dry, but okay. Very translucent layer. Let's go along the edge right here. I'm not going to clean this up because I like how this turned out along the edges. So I know a lot of people want to tape up their edges and they want it to be perfect. I do not. It's sloppy. You ruined your art. No, my art is perfectly fine. Thank you. Love your input, but no thank you. Okay. All right. Now let's work on the stem. For that, we're going to jump down to a smaller brush to make sure we don't get a big fat honking one. I'm going to use, I want one with a good tip. I'm going to do this 10 round. It's got a good tip on it. Get it wet. Let's pull out a green color. Let's see. I'm going to do this Viridian green. And I'm using the colors that I'm giving away, you guys, so you can see how well they work. So somebody may be out there, I'd like to get that, but that's that cheap paint from Walmart. It's not going to do any good, blah, blah, blah. No, trust me, it's going to help you with your color mixing. It's going to be great. So, and it's not costing you anything, so just comment below. Can't get this yellow out. I was worried about this when I pulled this out a while ago. I've used just about every dab of it. Oh, okay. Hold on, you guys. Gotta find another yellow. Put you on hold for a minute. Okay, I found this Master's Touch lemon yellow. I want a bright yellow. My Cynthia one was dried up, so I didn't use that one. Okay, this is going to be our stem. So let's pull out some Viridian. We don't want a lot. Oh, can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. Viridian. Wet my brush a little bit. Pull out some white. And I don't want it to be bright. I'm going to gray it down with some lavender. I keep saying lavender. It's not lavender. It's violet. Angie, get a grip. All right. There we go. I like that green. I just mix till I get something I like. And we're going to pop it in. And wherever you want your stem to be is fine. I do mine directly under. And the more you press on your brush, the fatter your stem is going to be, okay? The harder you press, the fatter it's going to be. I know that some of you are like, duh, Angie, we know. But there are some people that don't know that. They just started out. They're beginners. And I want this to be helpful for everybody. Okay. And then if we want to do some leaves, we'll do some leaves. I really like this green. The way this green turned out with this radiant yellow and violet. I said violet that time. I didn't say I didn't say lavender. I love that color. That is so pretty. It's got a hint of a purplishly color. But not a lot. And I'm just going down, trying to make a thin line. It's not. I don't like my stems to be perfectly straight. I like them to have a little curve and kick to them and, you know, crookedness. More organic shape. To me, it looks better. It's more pleasing. Okay, some leaves. Let's do one that's peeking out right here. And I think we should, let's do a bud. Want to do a bud? And I don't know what the buds look like to come off of these. We're going to make one up, okay? I'm not going to take time to look it up. We're just going to make right here. And that's going to be where my bud goes. We're going to bring it out a little bit more. My bud's going to be off of this, okay? Let me dry. And I'm going to stick with this color right here to start off with. And we're going to layer on top of it for our bud. Lighten it up a little bit so we can see what we got going on. Okay. And let's just make a round, something round for now. That's where our bud's going to go. And we're going to let this dry. Okay. I'm going to let that dry. And then we're going to go over it. Sorry, my hand got caught in a cord. Okay. Let's do, I'm kind of liking how the flower looks so far, but this is bothering me. This straight cut off tip right here is bugging me, so let's fix that. Let's grab some more of our cad and our black, mix it up. We're gonna bring it up a little bit like this. Not to a point, but almost to a point. There we go. That's better. And now I just got to fill that in. So it comes up like that instead of straight cut off. Okay, there we go. Much better. And let's go in and put some highlights in our leaves. Okay. Grab some white. So this. Let's do some orange in here and see what that turns out to be. Ooh, I like that. I like that grassy green. That's nice. I'm going to pop some of that in. My leaves, you don't have to do this. It's totally up to whatever you want to do. I'm just showing you, giving you options. I'm just giving you options. The glare is getting to me. I can't see without moving my head around. Okay. Put some light on one side of my leaf. And see, this wasn't planned. I'm getting stopped up. Every day I get stopped up. My head stops up around the same time every day. This wasn't planned. This is just fly by the seat of our pants. Let's see what happens. This is what I like to do. Because when I plan stuff, it tends to get screwed up quickly and easily. Alright, now let's add some stuff to our bud. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of green here. And it's going to open at the top. So let's just leave that little, put a little speck of something right there, whatever color you're using, at the top of your bud, because it's going to open. I'll lighten this up. Go into my bud with it while it is still wet. Okay. Now we need to let that dry and we'll come back to it. I love how that looks, so I'm going to go into my leaf with this. Remember, the more layers you can put on your acrylic painting, the more depth it's going to have. Okay? Layers, layers, layers. And if you notice, I keep hitting the cord. I'm so sorry. My tape's coming loose. If you notice, I haven't been going by the color wheel, color theory, anything like that. I've just been doing what I enjoy doing. What I think is pretty is what I'm putting down. It's not anything serious at all. Can't see the tip of my leaf for the glare, and I'm praying that I don't go back on this video to watch and everything is glared out and you guys can't see anything. I'm gonna be so mad. Let's put some highlight on this little stem right here where it's coming out into the bud. Highlight on that. Okay. Let me check real quick and make sure there's no glare going on. Because the whole thing I have hold up. If you see my head, I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's take some white. And we're going to pop it in the tip. Actually, take your white and put a dab of lavender. Now that I think about it. Just a dab. Just a dab. Not, it doesn't take much. Just a dab. And we're going to pop in. We're going to pop it into the tip of that bud. Just like this. Just like this. And I'm just dabbing. Dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. So it looks like that bud is opening up to grow into one of these. That's what we're going for. And I'm going to tell you what I like when it comes to painting buds. I'm going to tell you. I like it when where it connects, there's a dark, like a brown. So, let me see. Did I pull a brown out? I did not. I pulled out blacks. So we'll just make it some brown. Let's take our cad yellow and some of this, if it will, I don't know. It's so dry. Okay. And a dab of green, not much. We want to dirty this up. Is what we're doing. What we're doing basically is making mud. Okay. We're trying to get to a brownish color here. And what a lot of people call mud. But like I said before, muddy colors are awesome in florals and landscapes. They look terrific. So don't be afraid to make mud, you guys. Show people your mud. Alright. Let me grab some black. Let's get it really dingy. Alright. But we want to be able to see it against what we've already put down. So we've got to keep it kind of on the light side. It's not exactly what I was going for, but we're going to pop it in anyway. Okay. Then let's lighten it up a little bit and we'll pop that in. It's going to give some depth and layer to our bud. You don't want the bud to be flat and lonely over here. We want to have some depth to it. And then we'll go back to where it's darker and pop that in. And we're just rotating. Rotating our... I wish I could pull... Let's see. I'm sorry if my head is in the camera, you guys. I'm trying to work my way around the glare, like I said. I'm so sorry. I want nobody coming for me in the comments. Rinse our brush. I think this is turning out pretty good so far, you guys, for a fly by the seat of our pants kind of thing. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop because I could sit here and piddle with this all day, all day long. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it like it is. I hope yours turns out wonderful and beautiful. I love how this turned out. I wasn't excited. I was a little nervous to begin with that yellow ochre on there, but we worked our way through it together. This is what I mean by mistakes. Okay? Never be scared to make a mistake. We fixed it. It looks good. To me, it looks good. I love it. It's a piece of my art. It's a piece of me. Hope you guys have a great day. Do not forget to comment below to win one of these. Okay? Just $10 at Walmart. It's not expensive. It's just 2 little cheap giveaways, but it will help you so much with your color mixing. Just say paint, and then in a couple days, we'll pick a couple winners, and I'll get in touch with you guys. Okay? If you would, hit the subscribe button. You don't have to hit the subscribe button to be entered for the paint, but, you know, it'd be nice if you would. And thank you so much for watching my videos. I want to thank every single one of you guys because I know your time is valuable, okay? I get it. I appreciate every single view that I get. Okay? Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.